Being reliable with routines. Establishing a predictable environment for your children is extremely powerful because it gives them something not only to look forward to, but to be able to know, like, be prepared for. Like I've talked about before with temper tantrums and things, transitions are a really big trigger for meltdowns. Because you don't know what your child's thinking at the time that they're thinking. So when they're looking at their toys, we just look at it as a toy that costs $70 and they don't even play with it enough. And so it's like, oh, you're finally playing with this toy. You don't even like that toy. Let's go. Right? But maybe we don't know that if you were empathizing, maybe they just found it because there's so many toys. So there's so many toys, you don't know that they really, really like that. So when you get ready to leave and you're taking them away and they're like, no! And your thoughts are those things like, hey, I paid $70. This is the first time I've seen you do it. All those things, let them go. Be empathetic. What's going on? What is it that you need? We're getting ready to go. Remember, I gave you 5, 4. We're down to 1. It's time. Let's get your shoes. Start being practical. And if you haven't done the 5, that's your opportunity to think about it. That's a technique that I want to give you because it's showing empathy. You're giving them the opportunity you're being in their shoes. You're like, okay, buddy, I see that you do not want to go right now. You don't realize though that when it comes to reality, mom's going to be late now. You know what I mean? If you think about it though, 1 more minute is not going to truly, if you were already going to be late, with all due respect and with all honesty, we got to realize, okay, that was on us. Because there's never a time when a child technically makes you too late. It's only because we have not prepared them to be prepared for the transition that we need at the time that we need it so that we can succeed at what we're doing next. But we think about stuff in the moment and it's like, I took this time and oh my gosh, and then I couldn't find one of my shoes and, the dog was chewing on one of my socks, so now I have to go get these other ones. And while that's happening, time's going, but what we haven't done is let our child know that, oh my gosh, we're getting closer to go time, and they don't know, so they're just doing their thing. It's very powerful to be able to give them routines so that they know, oh, when mom starts, you'll be surprised. I used to remember this. I used to know by the way that my mom even came in and dropped her keys on the counter what kind of a mood she was in. Okay, based on stuff. So I would always be so grateful that I had done all my chores or finished everything, right? Another thing is, you'd be surprised that your child will see your patterns. If you are even regimen in your schedule, they know, ooh, mom's getting her shoes on. I'm going to get my shoes on. You can even make that something that you tell them. Hey, when mom's getting her shoes on, it's time for you to get your shoes on. When dad's putting together his briefcase, that means it's almost time for us. It's almost go time. So he's putting together his briefcase. You're starting to put away your toys. Let's see who wins. Something like that, just to get them so that you're transitioning and they are expecting it. They can know what's going to happen ahead of time. It helps alleviate anxiety, and it builds trust in their environment and in you. Because what we want to do is say what we mean and mean what we say, do what we say we're going to do, and truly, truly try to be consistent with that. Definitely we're going to make mistakes, and definitely things are not always going to go right. Yet, if you practice the idea of understanding that, whoa, wait, my child's feeling some way. How is my child feeling? Put yourself in your child's shoes. Try, even if you can quickly remember how you used to feel when those things would happen. Then you can walk them through what they're feeling. Oh, so are you feeling like you're being pushed away from your toys? Are we tearing you away from your toys? Like if a T-Rex came and tried to just bite your head off or something? You'd be surprised. I mean, obviously, I'm dealing with a client right now that loves dinosaurs, so please, I beg. Whatever it is Dora gonna be able to get across the bridge before we get all these toys put away? Because we've got to get in the car. It's almost time. The boat's coming. We've got to go grab it. Whatever it is that your child loves, bring that into the fold of what you're doing. It definitely will help them with understanding that the transition's going to come. And then they start trusting you that when you say, oh, it's time to go, they just automatically, you'll be shocked. they just automatically start doing the stuff.